Hello everyone, I'm gonna do a review of War II TCG. This game is PvP oriented. Okay, let's see our first opponent. Oh, this guy is Brigadier General. He probably got a better deck than me. Oh, a British deck. I am a free-to-play user. But I do have decent deck. Decent. This game has three types of cards, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! You have monsters, spells, and traps. This game you have a monster, which is your unit. Oh, I like this game. This game's unit is based on real historical units, just like 101, Airborne Screaming Eagles. In this game, you have the racing flag, which is awesome. It prevents all damage. You can play you have 3 action points every turn. By playing each card, it's gonna cost 1 action point. Play a monster, or play a equipment card, or play a spell. As you can see, I'm playing a spell right now. It's a promote spell. Now it's another spell. It's a direct damage spell. Or I should say orders. Number one thing about the digital card game is whether or not it's a pay-to-win game. This game, in my opinion, is not a pay-to-win game. It is not. I have 3 reasons. Number one, the very important resources, raid points. You cannot buy raid points. You go out and get that from long-term grinding. Keep playing, and keep playing. And all the epic cards you see on the screen, you're gonna need a lot of ray points to get that fuse to that level. And number 2, this game provides unique card game mechanism. A lot of games I play on internet is either based on Yu-Gi-Oh! Or based on Magic the Gathering. It's like a turn. Every turn you gradually gain mana, and that game is just becoming old. And this game mechanism is unique, I have to say. You have 3 action points every turn, and usually playing a card costs you 1 action point, but you could also promote your cards. You can promote from tier 1 to tier 2. Usually it costs 1 action point, and promote from tier 2 to tier 3, which usually costs you 2 action points. And It requires a lot of thinking if you want to be a game pro on this game. Right now I'm having a difficulty defending myself because my opponent just overwhelms me. He got an all epic deck. All epic. British deck is not bad. It's not bad at all. Oh, more precisely, it should be British infantry deck. It's not bad at all. I wish I could get rid of that heavily equipped card, but my luck was on the side, I guess. I understand that developers gotta make some revenue, but yeah, I kind of agree with that mode. They're trying to sell individual cards or faction concentrated packs like American packs, Russian packs. I think it's way much better than trying to pay for some unique cards that I mean, every card in this game is grindable. But the way to obtain the goal is kind of limited. I've reached a point where I cannot process any further in campaign, so the main way to obtain gold is to play a raid, but it only gives you amount of gold every week. I think right now that's the major problem of this game. It limits the progress of new players. It's kind of frustrating. You only got 3 action points and you have to face the AI of 5 action points, whereas you don't even have a decent deck. Every day your gold income is like 100 gold to 200 gold. I mean, you could grind the historical mission. Is gonna give you around 30 gold to 40 gold every time you play. But I just feel like it's tedious to grind historical mission. I rather lose. Just like in this situation in PvP, I think it's much more fun. Again, this game is not pay to win. You could definitely throw in a couple bucks and boost up your deck, but all the card in this game is grindable. Oh, I lost. Well, let's see my next opponent. Oh, we are pretty close in level. That's nice. I'm running a American armored deck. partially. I also will play this guy's other games, Monster Battles TCG and the other Empires TCG. I think it's either they got way too little action points or way too much action points. I think this game, War II TCG, just has the right amount, 3 action points, just the right amount. I mean, this game has way much depth, in-depth gameplay than Monster Battles TCG, but however, it turns out the other games more popular. But I like this game way better. 3 action points, just the right amount. Playing this game is like you are playing a board game, a chess actually. Before you put down your piece, you gotta consider carefully, cause there's no reverse action. It is actually pretty complicated. It's complicated in both sense of a deck construction and in the sense of the actual gameplay. Like you draw 6 cards out of a 30 card stack. So tell me how much is 6 divided by 30? It's 20%, which means you have 20% chance of drawing a card in your deck every turn. You have 20% chance of using a card, whereas a conventional card game, let's say you have a 40 card deck and every turn you draw 1 card, so it's like every turn you have 1 divided by 40% chance. And this game you have 20% chance of drawing that particular card every turn. That's where every card comes in to be useful. I like how they invented this new game mechanism. It's pretty cool. And the 3 card types, as you can see on the screen now: equipped, spell, yeah, I'm using a spell right now. Deal 10 damage, yeah, knock it out. Right now, the major problem of this game is the source of gold income. The only way you could get it is right now. I mean, I'm stuck on the campaign, so basically I'm playing PvP. My major source of income is PvP, and that's very limited. I gotta play like 10 games for a 150 gold booster pack. That's kind of frustrating, and sometimes you gotta play foes that's overly powered, way overpowered than you. And that's another failure about this game, is they fail to create a deck power rank PvP system. I mean, you gotta divide players into newbies, bronze leagues or silver league, gold league, whatever. But you cannot just mix everybody together. I mean, that just frustrates new players and turn new players away. I hope developers could improve that in the near future. That is a big turn down. I mean, I had to fight the people that's like twice as much powerful as my deck, and I'm just getting tempered, and I had to keep fighting that people over and over. I understand that those people spend way more time playing this game, because if you want to upgrade to diamond level, you need a lot of ray points, which means they probably play this game a lot. But if the developers could fix that, make people play versus another guy on the same level, let's say just create a deck power system. Let's say legendary card is 100 deck power per card, and the epic is 50, and epic crafted, it should be higher, 60 points. And after you construct the deck, it's gonna sum up your deck power, and by that way you can tell how strong is that player, so I can play the people that's similar in my rank. Oh, and another tweak is, let's say if you have a straight winning streak, and at the beginning you will find the player with the lower deck power, and if you have 4 or 5 winning streak, you could find a player with much higher deck power. I mean, that could compensate for the PvP part of the gameplay. Right now, it's just imbalanced. Come on, dude, you serious? You gonna give up on me? Alright. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through the deck. They have some actually pretty nice cards, nice graphics, historical units. Man, this game costs a lot of brain energy. I like how this game, you can outsmart your opponent. Not like other games where you just throw in bunch of cash and be like an ass big hole, and like you now require thinking to slow down your best card and expect it to own your opponent. Now let's equipment cards. One thing about the card game is whenever the developer, either in real world or digital card game, wherever the developer publishes a new set, a new set of boosters, the old set of the cards became trash, and they handle this pretty well. They created this craft system. Fuse, you can fuse multiple cards, you can fuse old cards into a new one and make it useful. Actually, this is the critical core part of this game. If you want your deck to be powerful, you gotta concentrate on one faction. That's where I spend my real money on. I bought some American cards so I can complete my American deck.